We've got a live shot right now. We're driving through, this looks like the Van Aken district over in Shaker Heights. It is snow covered, the roads that are untreated, but notice that they've got some salt down on the roads. I believe that's Van Aken Boulevard there, heading towards Shaker Boulevard. You can see the RTA going through there. And yeah, it's a snowy morning commute again. We sound like a broken record around here, right? In terms of the forecast today, we've got three things that you need to know. We've got a general light snowfall for everyone here this morning. And then we talk a little bit of lake snow, and it's not off Lake Erie. We get help from the other lakes this time of year. So we've got some moisture from Lake Huron and Michigan combined that will bring us some lake effect snow in the primary snow belt, where a few inches could pile up before the day is out as we are dealing with this cold air that just is relentless across these relatively warmer lakes, exception being Lake Erie. We're at 14 at Hopkins, wind chill is 5. That's kind of what you're waking up to this morning. And in terms of your weather impacts today, snowy morning commute and another cold start. All right, where's the snow right now? You see the general snow that's worked through is starting to kind of wind down. It's very fine and powdery, and that's because of the temperature. We're in the teens here this morning. But on top of that, you can see embedded within that, we've got kind of from northwest to southeast, a different snow, and this is a little bit more bursty. You can see some of the darker blues on there. These are some of the bigger snowflakes because of the lake moisture. Again, not all of it off Lake Erie, most of it off Lake Huron here this morning, but we've got a burst of some big snowflakes moving through Avon Lake right now. That stretches into the Lakewood area. Bay Village, you've been in and out of the snow this morning. Middleburg Heights picking up some snow down towards Berea, and then Cleveland out towards the Bracknell area, the east side, dealing with some good bursts of some big flakes here this morning. That stretches into Geauga County. A little bit lighter for you, same for you up in the Willoughby and the Mentor area. Overall, we're going to see this lake snow continue throughout the day. Here's the system pushing out, but notice that swirl starting to make the churn. That will churn the wind and the moisture flow off of the lakes. And again, we are going to get some lake effect snow throughout the day. A couple inches possible out in the snow belt. Otherwise, it's cold. Once again, that frigid air is not going anywhere over the next 2 days. We're in the teens here this morning. We've got a bit of a breeze, but it could be a lot worse. We could have blowing and drifting of this fine powdery snow this morning. We do not. Wind is fairly light. It will remain fairly light through the morning, and then it picks up this afternoon. We'll have some blowing snow this afternoon. Wind chill values in the teens out east, and then single digits for the rest of us. Wind chills today, not much improvement. We actually go downhill today as that wind starts to pick up this afternoon. National Design Mart hour-by-hour forecast. Keep an eye on the wind, top corner. It's light here this morning, but once we get that flow out of the northwest, notice how we still have scattered snow showers, but here's that lake effect. Primary snow belt should be pretty persistent this afternoon. We're near 20. Tonight, we kind of cloud over, and we'll have temperatures that get back between 5 and 10. But I'll keep my eye. I think we'll still have some snow out in the snow belt. Our model not impressed with it, but I think we'll still have some tomorrow morning. And then that should wind down as drier air works in. We're up near 20 tomorrow. How much snow are we talking? A general inch or so for everybody, but then you get out in the snow belt. That's where we get some of the bigger totals. 2 to 4 is what I'm going with. Primary and even secondary snow belt, Northern Summit and Portage counties, you may get in the 2 to 4 inch range. All right, Long Ranger, where do we go? Well, the cold air relaxes. That's the good news. We don't get the warm stuff, though. We kind of stay in between. The Goldilocks forecast, right? Not too hot, not too cold. Will be in the 40s next week, which is some improvement. I don't see any signs of Arctic air coming back, but I also don't see any signs of 50s or 60s, which we could do this time of year. But we'll take the weekend, sun with an interval of clouds on Saturday, then more clouds around on Sunday. We will take the 30s, right? It'll be dry this weekend. That's the good news. Long Ranger forecast. This system heads on out of here. We'll dry out for the weekend, as I mentioned. And then a little system zips through Monday. We'll get clipped by that. So I've added showers to the forecast. I'm keeping showers in the forecast Tuesday. And then later next week, a bigger system comes in with some rain changing over to snow. We will get there eventually. Union Home Mortgage 10-day forecast. Notice the trend after that weekend into the 40s next week with a little dip on Friday before we bounce back to the 40s next weekend.